Your heart begins to race. A terrible dread comes over you at the thought of these men capturing you. Your foot kicks out, knocking over the brazier, spilling its crackling, smoking coals upon the floor carpet and the canvas walls of the tent. You spring back, trying to slip past the warriors next to you. The men block your escape. With cat-like reflexes and a stroke of fortune, you draw your Ophorian rapier and strike at the warrior in front of the tent's exit. You feign with a thrust, then slash his face wide open. The man crumbles to the ground, shrieking. You dart over him and out of the tent, as the other warrior is still reaching for his weapon. Out in the bright morning, you see several of Zephanon's men going about their daily routines. You also notice the head of Thel, the executed thief, mounted on a spike nearby. Up close, you notice that his face bears a slight resemblance to your own. Shouts erupt from the smoking tent, drawing the attention of the warriors and stunned looks of surprise. Your feet carry you some 20 feet out of the tent, and the horses are lashed up about 40 feet away from that. You push yourself to your very limit, hurtling toward the steeds. The first warrior drags his fallen and bleeding comrade out of the tent. Zephanon and Edris follow just behind. Edris is shouting to the men of the camp to stop you. "Men! Stop him! Don't let him get away!" Zephanon breaks into a full sprint, pursuing you as you run. You continue toward the horses, and the servant tending them looks at you, bewildered. One of the camp soldiers from nearby tries to block your flight. You deftly outmaneuver him, bound onto the horse's back, and strike away the lashing that binds the beast to a heavy wooden post. Two warriors who are within range launch spears at you. The weapons strike you where you sit, on the bare back of the steed. Neither spear is enough to take you down, but blood and pain leak from your body. Zephanon's eyes bore into you. The man hurtles past smaller tents and the trappings of the camp. His poleaxe is raised high. He will be upon you in an instant. You kick at the horse beneath you and grab hold of its mane. Hyah! The steed neighs loudly and leaps forward. Its launch is awkward. The beast is startled. Yet, you incite it well enough at least to bolt out of the camp. From behind, another spear comes soaring through the air. The weapon strikes the dirt at the horse's feet. You hear Zephanon cursing you from the camp. "Damn you! You are a dead man!" Then he and Edris begin calling to the men. You are sure this chase is not over. The steed continues to tear across the ground, heading in whatever direction its jilted instincts sent it. You shout a mystic word of emboldening, an utterance you learned from a master bard of House Uluvia. The horse suddenly staggers, then swerves to a side as it tries to avoid a rocky patch. Without a saddle and bridle, you nearly are flung from the mount. Your practiced balance and coordination are all that keep you atop the steed. It bounds along for a minute more, then comes cantering to the top of a hillock. The horse neighs and stamps. You're able to wrest control of the animal and push it onward. It resumes its flight across the scrubby, rolling plain. When you come to the ridge top of another hill, you survey the landscape and see no sign of Zephanon's band. Perhaps they are properly saddling their mounts, then planning to track you. On and on you push the steed until its coat begins to lather. You then slow the beast down to a gentle trot as you sense it has been pushed to its limit. Its panting sounds loudly for a while, before eventually beginning to calm. You survey the land around you. The horse took you westward from the old crossroads. Turtle Hill rises up to your southwest, enormous, ancient. Farther west, you know of a cavern called Altithro's Cave. Decades ago, a gang of brigands used to hole up there. No one knows for certain how far and deep the caverns go. Of course, you could continue on horseback, though tracking you is far easier that way, and already you're beginning to pain from the lack of proper saddling.